Yes, people, Ralf and welcome back to our Arsenal previews, the show where we preview all Arsenal games. Manchester United versus Arsenal, a massive one. One of my favourite games of the year. Arsenal travelling to OT to hopefully bag a victory. If you're new to this show, this is where we preview every single Arsenal game. I give my background info of the game, my thoughts on the team news for both sides, Arsenal predicted lineup, a final score, then just all-round news ahead of the game. So I'm going to start with the game itself in terms of when it's being played. It's being played the 2nd of December and it is on Amazon Prime, 8:15 p.m. Thursday. So if you haven't got an Amazon Prime subscription, you can get a free trial to watch the game. And on the side, there's going to be one of the side notes of the video because it's going to be quite long because there's quite a lot to talk about for both sides and in general. So the Amazon Prime thing, I'm just hoping they buy out the Premier League because I've got quite a few international fans on that view my channel. And of course, there's international fans all over the Premier League. And I'm sure they can agree that it is an absolute joke that in England, to watch the Premier League, you have to buy a subscription for Sky Sports, BT Sport, and that doesn't even show all the games. You don't get to watch the 3 p.m. games, and some Sunday games don't even show either. You're watching maybe, let's be real, an option of 4 out of the 10 Premier League games, and you're paying close to £40 or so for that. And then if you go abroad, for example, there was a new deal being made in America with NBC, where you can watch every single game for less than what it is to buy Sky Sports and BT Sport. It's a joke in my opinion. I hope when it next comes up for sale, Amazon or someone else just buys the Premier League and gives it the option to stream it, and then you can buy passes for your team. So like I can buy an Arsenal pass, which means I can watch every single Arsenal game. I can buy a league pass so I can watch all the games from all the teams. Kind of like what the NFL and NBA does for those of you that watch that as well. You'll know that they do that. You can buy a pass for a certain team and then watch all their games rather than only being able to watch your team when they're being played on prime time, not at 3 p.m. for example. I just think that's a joke, so I'm just hoping that Amazon make a hostile bid to take over the Premier League because Sky Sports and BT Sport have been a little bit backward with that, not being able to show the game, especially in the country we live in. It's a bit of a joke, but we move. Let's get into the actual game, starting with the table, of course. Arsenal in 5th, Manchester United in 8th. United pulled out a draw at Stamford Bridge. I don't know how they did it. I watched the game. They got a lucky-ish goal. It gave me parallels to actually Martinelli's goal at Stamford Bridge a year or so back. And they managed to get a draw. Chelsea won top of them, but they defended resolutely and they left Ronaldo out the squad. That was a big talking point. But we are 5 points ahead of Manchester United going to Old Trafford. So hypothetically, if we do win, we go 8 points clear, which is massive boost going into the top 4 race because Arsenal and Manchester United are 2 heavy favourites to get that 4th position. So it is looking like a big game. If we do lose, however, we still remain 2 points ahead. But the psychological boost that Manchester United will gain from that is more than the actual 3 points itself. It is very much a 6-pointer. In terms of Man United themselves, they've got their new manager, Ralf Rangnick, in, but he will not take charge of this game. He will not take charge. It will still be teaching assistant Michael Carrick because Ralf Rangnick has to get his visa sorted out on that COVID permit. So for me, that's a good thing. I wouldn't want to face Manchester United in their first game with Ralf Rangnick because this geezer demands intensity. He probably will still be there in terms of talking through the players, etc., but he's not on the sideline. Carrick will be, and it'll take him a while to implement his ideas like that. But I've seen the stats behind him, Ralf Rangnick. He's a press-heavy manager. He's a manager that likes to play entertaining football. I think it'll be a good fit for Manchester United in the interim role. And then, of course, you've got, will Cristiano Ronaldo play? Because he didn't play at Chelsea. I assume he will play today for a multitude of reasons. First of all, he's one of the greatest players of all time. He's not my GOAT, but he is one of the GOATs of all time. And more importantly than that, he knows what it's like to play Arsenal versus Manchester United, Manchester United versus Arsenal, vice versa. Because he was there in his first stint at Man United 15 or so years ago. He was there for the Battle of OT, etc. Boys, for those of you that don't know or are too young, etc., some of my older viewers will know, Arsenal versus Manchester United was the biggest game of the year. Arsenal versus Man United, Arsenal and Man United as a whole, competed for the title for a good 6 or 7 years in a row. There was no Chelsea, there was no Man City, there was no even Liverpool. It was Arsenal and Man United. The league title was won or lost when Arsenal went to United at Old Trafford and when United came to Arsenal at Highbury. That was it. The league title was won or lost there. It was 2 literally gladiators in a ring against each other. It was war. It was like a World Cup final when those 2 played. And Ronaldo knows what it's like to play in those games. He's the only player from Manchester United, he's definitely the only player from Arsenal, that knows what it's like. I feel like the Arsenal versus Man United rivalry is lost on some of the current players. They weren't there, the fans will know. Like, I watched the Arsene Wenger documentary the other day, a great documentary by the way. I'd encourage any Arsenal fan or just any football fan in general to watch it. I really enjoyed it. And in there he was talking about the rivalry of Manchester United quite a lot. It featured heavily in that documentary because it was that big. Like you have in the FA Cup semi-final when Giggs ran through the whole team and scored after Bergkamp missed the last minute penalty. And of course, Battle of OT, when Vieira got sent off, or he lashed out at Ruud van Nistelrooy and he kind of faked the injury, didn't collide with him, but he got second yellow. And then Van Nistelrooy missed the last minute penalty, and Keown jumped on him, and then Arsenal got fined so much because we all just rushed Ruud van Nistelrooy. But that's like passion. That's the two kind of like hatred the two teams possess for each other, the two managers possess for each other. It's lost on the current players a bit, but Ronaldo was there in the first stint to fill that. So this game will be big for Ronaldo. It's big because obviously he got left out. He never wants to be left out. He's got that. I want to say ego problem that gives it a negative side. It's that kind of like that like in him that he doesn't want to be left out. He's one of the greatest players of all time. You don't leave me on the bench to play against Chelsea. So he's going to be coming extra fiery, and I expect Ronaldo to start this game. In terms of the actual team news itself, Manchester United will have Harry Maguire back. He missed last game because he got a red card the game before for Watford. Varane will still be out. Pogba, Luke Shaw, all potential misses, but Greenwood is back. He cleared COVID protocols. He was on the bench against Chelsea and will be available to play against Arsenal on Thursday. In terms of the Arsenal team news, Xhaka and Kolasinac remain out, but then Bukayo Saka is still getting assessed ahead of that knock he got on the weekend. I'm hoping he's back fit because he'll be a massive player for us, Bukayo Saka. I really like the way he just runs with the ball. He's dangerous, and he's got that kind of naivety. But when I say naivety, it's like a negative, but it's not. It's that naivety in terms of he's always trying to run and do and kind of take risks in football. And I love players that take risks, because for me, what's passing sideways, passing backwards, it's the easy option. It's going to work. But taking risk and taking a man on knowing that you will lose the ball is what makes football exciting and what the best players all possess. And Bukayo Saka has that. In terms of the actual Arsenal predicted lineup now, I believe Aaron Ramsdale will start and go again. I don't know what's happened. I'm waiting for the penny to drop or something, but why is he playing so well? I don't know. Like, there's no reason why Ramsdale should be this good. Like, fair enough, he could be good, but like no evidence previously has proven Ramsdale to be this good. So I don't know what's happened, but congratulations to Aaron Ramsdale, man. He's turned around all the opinion from Arsenal fans. He came in at a time when a lot of fans didn't want him to come, me included. I'm going to be honest with it, I'll be real. But he's changed my opinion, that's all I can ask. I'll take being wrong 7 days a week, 355, 56 days a year, I can't remember. If that means that he'll make good games and perform well at Arsenal Football Club. Right back, Takehiro Tomiyasu. He has to play for me 100%. He's got a physical battle, and he's had the test at Anfield now. And I think once you've been to Anfield, every game like relatively becomes a little bit easier than that. Centre backs, Ben White on the right, Gabriel on the left. That's simple. Everyone knows that. Left back, I'm gonna put Nuno this game. Now, I put Tierney to start at Liverpool, and then he played Nuno. Nuno made a mistake. For this game, I'm gonna put Nuno, and I'll explain why. I think what Nuno brings attacking wise, and what I saw him do on the weekend is against Newcastle is going to be so important. The way you can run with the ball, it gives us a new dimension. And what I'm going to do in midfield is I'm going to accommodate for that. I think Tierney would be the safer option because Nuno can make mistakes, don't get me wrong, but I just got a funny feeling Nuno will play really well if he starts this game. I just got a funny feeling about it. Centre mid's Partey, right centre mid, and left centre mid, I'm going to put Mohamed El Neni. Yes, it's negative, I know, but I'm just going for extra assurance. He knows what he's like to play in this game. He was in the team with Partey last year when we beat Manchester United 1-0 at Old Trafford. Extra defensive security, and that's why I think we can play Nuno, because then Mohamed El Neni and Partey will be extra defensive security to cover that position. Ahead of him, I'm going to play Ødegaard at cam. I think he deserves to start Ødegaard. Just I think the way we line up here, it'll work for him. Right mid, Bukayo Saka if he's fit. I'm hoping so. Left mid, Emil Smith-Rowe. Of course, he's our talisman in terms of creating chances for the team. And then striker, Alex Lacazette. I'm dropping Aubameyang in my opinion. For me, I drop him. Whether Arteta does that or not, I don't know. But for me, Lacazette starts ahead of Aubameyang. I think that front 4/3 will be so big. Ødegaard, Saka, Smith-Rowe and Lacazette. With Lacazette being that kind of like focal point and then link those three players off him. I think it'll be a great system if we can implement that properly. But yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts of the game in the comment section down below. Ahead of the game, it's going to be a massive game for Arsenal fans and Manchester United fans. I can't wait. In terms of my score prediction now, I'm going to go for a draw. Yeah, it's an on the fence thing. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 2. I think it's a game that is just, it's edged in history, and I don't think neither team can really afford to lose it, which means that I think neither team will lose it. I'd love if we can pull off a victory. I'd absolutely love it, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic because this is my favourite game. One of my favourite games of the year is playing at Old Trafford, Manchester United. I just love going to the stadium. Love the fact that it's Arsenal versus Man United. Like, what a game, a massive game. So yeah, it's going to be a great game. Shown on Amazon Prime, as I said before. If you're new around here, if you enjoy Arsenal and football related content, please consider subscribing on my road to 700. I'll catch you guys in the next video.